Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, how's everybody doing today? See if I get this going real quick. There we go. Get that turned off. All right, let's get this. Oh wait, let's get this show started. All right, let's go. Good morning. Sorry, I did not mean to do that one. I guess I uploaded the wrong one. I got a new one. I got a new one. We'll do a new one. Hold on. I uploaded the wrong one. My bad. Oh, I didn't make it. That's why. Well, here, we'll just do this. Then we'll go from there. What up, brother? Checking in, checking in, checking in. What's up, dude? What's up, JR? We'll just do this one. It's supposed to be Joe Rogan. That was the motivational quote for the day. Hello, welcome to my show, streaming every day for 30 days, so I get more subs. Or we're just trying to. Well, I was gonna start changing soon after the 30 days. I think it's definitely streaming every day till I get my video store up and running full time. Today I'm doing a little different. I am actually using the fully function of the stand-up desk. I've been sitting down too much, and yesterday when I left, it was a quick thing. No, sorry. That was yesterday. A couple days ago when I had left, I remember I was like, ooh, getting a little tight. That's when I did one of the hour episodes. So now I'm standing, coming in a little bit. Woo! You're gonna definitely get this. You get a little bit of this, but also gonna do a little sponsorship today. I got some new ideas. I got new things I got to do. Got to talk about. I have time. I actually set up everything last night, but I guess I forgot to do the videos. And I thought I had everything set up. But yeah, I took my time this morning. Just relax. Oh, sorry. Just relaxed and didn't really think too much. But I got a show tonight. Oh, I got a work text. I got a show tonight, and I'm doing excited. I got to get ready for that too. I think a lot of the stuff I've been doing, I've been just kind of planning. I've been planning. What do you call it? Seeds. All right, does a work thing. I've been planting seeds just to kind of in the future to be like, hey, what am I doing now? What's going on? I got to make sure I can hit my deadlines. I got to get better at all this stuff because I enjoy. Oh crap! I enjoy doing a lot of things. I like staying busy. I like keeping my brain active, and I like doing the things I enjoy doing. Because when I was younger, I didn't really do a lot of that stuff. I feel like I got trapped in a bubble, and I'm out of the bubble. I'm older, so I realize what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy, and I want to do. So I'm willing to put in the time to learn things. Oh, come on. Why aren't you working? There we go. All right, I wanted to put the time to learn things. So this is what this whole show is about, showing me a lot about myself, showing me a lot about who I am as an individual and not as a number or a unit or a group, just I am who I am. Sorry, let me start making some room for some of this stuff. Just getting better at all these things. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so today at 8 p.m. in Austin, Texas, in downtown Austin, I will be throwing my second show. And I think I really like these stage productions I've been doing. I'm putting on my second show, Electronico Fantastico Spanglish in Vivo, Friday, May 24th, 2024, 8 p.m. at Fallout Theater. Going to have tickets at falloutcomedy.com or at Fallout Comedy ATX. Comedians performing will be Sam Lopez, Best Sam Lopez, and JP Lambiase. JP Laughs at JP Laughs. So we're going to do sketch, stand-up, improv comedy. I am giving away free shaved ice and raspas gratis. So if anybody's like to have a CJ style Mexican shaved ice, they'll be there for free. You can spike them up. You can feel free to put alcohol if you want. I don't drink, so I keep them very, very just to the bare essentials of the goodness. But yeah, I'm doing a show tonight. I'm doing this show is connecting me every day to consecutively do what I have to do, because it is feeling into a job now. This is feeling like more like you're seeing me just like I said, we're about to hit a month, and I feel like the kinks like that I've worked at from the beginning till now I have kind of a thorough of way of doing this. This is just an ad I made. I took graphic design. I learned Photoshop. I learned how to master that thing, and now they just kind of said, "We're gonna let everybody figure it out real easy." So now I'm just playing the game. But the good thing is, I'm not upset about like I don't actually have to design things from scratch anymore. Like I really would like to. I mean, I modified this. I modified this a lot. This wasn't the original idea, but it helps me out though. It saves some time, because for me to sit down and actually think of all this to do all like this would take time. But once somebody like their templates, everybody's just go and do it. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is what they're going on right now. Even like people that I've met in the that are doing that, working for companies, or they're applying for their jobs, even within my own corporate company that won't hire me, but won't allow me to move up. That's what I'm a little bit upset with that. So maybe that's what I'm going to lead to. But even at that, like they're asking other people with other positions to learn Canva. Like you don't have to be a graphic designer. You just have to learn. That's what they tell them. And I'm like, oh, so I didn't have to go to school for that. But no, I did motion graphics. So I studied motion graphics animation, but I noticed that the classes for graphic design were inside of that program. You just had to take like 4 classes outside of my program, which I did, which is basically InDesign, typographing, concepts and ideas, and then like maybe like an intro class or two, and that's all. Like graphic design, that's all it is. And so I took both of them. I was big on taking like 18 hours a semester. That's the max I ever took. I took a 1 hour class that was supposed to be some kind of thing I needed to do. So I had one semester where I had one summer where I had, I mean, sorry, I think it was a spring where I had 19 hours, but that that was only like 4 visits or something. So it wasn't really like a class, but that's the max. I would try to max it out. At the time, I was already in my 30s. So I'd been going to school since 2001. So since I was like 17, I've been going to college. Um, so maybe is that how old was I in 2001? Yeah, because 2000 I was 16. Yeah, so 17. So I've been going to college, always going to the junior college, then going to university, then going back down to community college. So kind of getting a whole spectrum of just how education works, and then learning that when you read a job application that says you need to have a master's nowadays, I'm like, whoa, for what? Because it's just like the jobs are very sorry, I didn't mean to lead like that, but it's just like sometimes they say like you need to have so many hours in this, be proficient in that, and we don't really know you're like that because there's certain words you don't use or certain things you don't say, or you're not used to them because you're working by yourself, or you're trying to branch out and work with other people. But you got to be careful too, because when you're getting started in like this world, like you can work for free a lot and not know it. But sometimes it's like interning as well and paying your dues. So it's always like it's a mixed bag of nuts. You got to figure out. You got to feel where you're comfortable at. But yeah, now you feel more comfortable talking because I'm doing the stand up. I'm working on my public speaking. I'm also putting in the time to do this. This wasn't in the plans. This wasn't in the cards. I did not plan to do this. I did not plan to do a live stream to like, I don't know. I did not plan to connect the dots like this, but excuse me. But since I already do this in real life, I'm just showing you what I do, and this is how I do it. Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard. No, don't. You can ask me how I did it. I know how I did it. It was hard, but I can show you. So now we're doing day 23. Look at this. This is as simple as it is. This is the extreme I'm going. Because even at that, the minimum, I don't even need a laptop. I just need a smartphone. And I could be talking into my phone and camera phone, and it's same information, but the fact that the quality can throw you off a little bit. I found more gems in YouTube videos where it's just a person talking to the camera than I did with somebody making a show like me. But I'm a creative. I like keeping my brain going, because what's going to happen with this show thing I'm doing right here is also like a show I can relate to the stage. So I can translate this over there. So that's why my brain's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. It's not out of realm. And also, like, just as a fanboy in me, this weekend in Houston, they're having a convention, and I can't afford it, but I could afford, if I were to do it, I could afford one little thing, but it's expensive, and I would like to do it, but I'm learning that not all things you have to do, because it'll come back around, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, it's Freddy Krueger. He's going to be in Houston. I want to meet him again. I had this whole thing when I got into conventions. He made 7 movies. I want to take 7 photo ops. I wanted to get 7 signatures, and I wanted to see how it does it. But now I'm finding out it's a lot harder than I thought, because my very first like convention. This is a side quest because it all adds up. My very first convention, I kind of got spoiled with him. I didn't realize how easy I had access to him, and then now after that, it's been impossible. But the reason I'm saying is like I don't want to give on that stuff because I still like doing things like that, but I gotta stick and focus on what I'm doing here because I'm gonna be working Wednesdays. Like I'm not having any days off. Never. So it's gonna be my day off from my corporate like whatever job, my day labor job is I only have Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays to rest, and I rest, but I can also do more of this. So I already made it to the point this week that I'm going to do a on Wednesdays we do shoot the podcast in North Austin, North Pflugerville, and what do you call it on Wednesdays. But then on Sundays I'm gonna start going up there to edit, do all the other stuff we need to do to get it out. So now I'm filling up my schedule with 2 days of doing this, so I can branch out to more. The point would be that I figure out a way to make an income where I can switch this job for that job, but I got to spend more time here. And this is the real reason why I'm doing all this. I'm trying to figure out. I'm figuring out who I am. Still, I thought I knew who I was when I was younger, and now I'm older, and now we're able to, I don't know, whatever, like be able to express ourselves. And I'm figuring out this is what I'm doing. I mean, this is all. A lot of this is the education that I have. I'm showing off. But look, I just want to show you something real quick. This is all it takes. Get it done. Like that's my whole thing. Cause like Joe Rogan's always if people don't want to like if you get like a bro or something. I started listening to Joe Rogan because I needed to get better at podcasting, better at streaming. I was trying to figure out because I'm doing interviews. I was like, well, let me. I literally put the number one stream podcast and it was him. So I was like, all right. So I started listening to him. And I started picking the episodes of the guests that I liked. I mean, Pauly Shore was like the big one. I was like, oh, he's gonna interview Pauly Shore. Like I think it was like the first episode I saw. But prior to that, I knew Joe Rogan a little bit from comedy, not a whole lot. Like I remember seeing him from news radio and whatnot. But the main thing was when I started listening to those motivational speeches, those motivational videos to help me turn me and get me going. I would hear his voice a lot, and I was like, that sounds like the dude from Fear Factor. And then I find out it is the dude from Fear Factor. I was like, oh, but I was like, he's so motivating. That's crazy. He has a lot of like. I'm more coachable than. You can't really direct me and tell me. Like, you can direct me if we're doing a movie and stuff. I'll listen, but I don't. You can't bark orders at me. You can't demand things from me. You can't force me to do things. You know what I mean? That's the thing about like having a conscience and it's just a job. It's work, and people really don't want you to like. It feels like really like it's a weird bubble I'm living in, and it's getting worse and tougher because certain people don't want to leave, and they're gonna stay and fight their ground. They're not gonna let new blood in, and the new blood can't grow. And then I'm just here trying to figure out. I don't want to leave, and I don't want to like conform. So it's like, what do we do? Well, we make our own thing. We make our own avenue. And this is where I learned this. I learned a lot of this stuff because I started it 4 years ago. Pandemic, got us down, and I was like, we started doing side by side movies. And is this one over here? Yeah. So that led me to my Manic Mondays, where movies and mental health meet. So my Mag Mondays is a interactive vlog that I do on Monday nights, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I think the content I put on that, since it's later, it's more for my my late watcher viewers. If they're I'm seeing more of the people that are into like the sci-fi horror movies or more into like staying up later. That's where I come and I talk. And I'm finding out that maybe this show, more for daytime, needs to be more. I don't know. I'm too real. So I think my Mac Mondays I'll be the realist, and then on this show I want to be more. I guess we got to get more from one place to another. Where my Manic Mondays is all over the place. We can do whatever we want on that show, and I do have guests. This show's gonna be hard for me to have guests because it's so early and it's more of a me thing. And I also have something to tell y'all. I'm doing for the show tonight. I'm running my first like promo off of Instagram. So sorry, I was looking right here. So we'll talk about that soon. But with my Mag Mondays, it's just I never thought about it. Like I've interviewed friends, I interview people, filmmakers, writers, musicians, just to get more or less like what's out there, what's going on, who are you, how do we get here? I like doing that kind of stuff. This show is definitely my work show. This is definitely going to be the learning, applying what I've learned, and then we're going to keep going because this is a chain. I don't want to break the chain because it's showing that like consistency. As long as you do it every day. Shortcomings, short whatever, you don't make it, you just keep doing it. You'll grind and grind and grind. The man, in like I guess it was like 2007, 2008, the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, or was it Red Scarlet, or whatever, I forgot what they're called, the university they had a really good team, the football program, and they were playing in the Big East. And there was actually at the time was West Virginia, Louisville, and this team was Rutgers were doing really really good. But the coach, man, I gotta remember what he said. I don't remember the coach's name. Like I don't want to. Let me just look it up real quick. But the coach did I saw an interview of him. He what do you call it? Talked about his team, and like I heard him do a speech to his players. Let's see, football coach 2008. Let's see. I know he's a very famous dude. He got here you go, Greg Schiano. There he goes. He was let's see. I'll just click him real quick. We'll do a little thing. Let's see. But he was the coach. Yeah, 2008 Rutgers Scarlet Knights football team represented by Rutgers University in 2008 NCAA Division I FBS football season. Their head coach was Greg Schiano, and they played their home games at Rutgers Stadium in Piscataway, New Jersey. It's my place. So what I'm trying to say, he said this quote, and let's see if I can find out what the quote is. I want to say it. I want to get it. But the quote, it really, I was like, oh, cool. This is what, this is what I know. I know I'm coachable, right? Let's see. I know I'm trying not to ruin it. Let's see if he has it. Let's see if I can find it, because I don't want to find the whole thing. Well, he actually has a motivational quote that says, there are two things every man in America thinks he can do: work a grill and coach football. See, personality. Anyways, I'll tell you the story he did. So what he said was, when you're cutting down a tree, you don't get it in one whack, and it's going to take time. And you don't want to just throw whacks at a tree randomly. You don't cut a tree and you don't try to cut it down. What do? You hit it exactly where in one spot you hit the tree, and you just keep going, and friction. You hit it at one spot, and eventually you'll start making leeway, and then eventually the tree will break. But you got to have a pole. You got to know that. I got to come here every day, and I got to do this. Kind of like the gym. I got to go to the gym every day. I got to work out. I definitely need to start going to the gym. Something I did high school, 20s, and in my 30s, I just stuck with jogging and basketball and push-ups and body weights. But I think, or body weight, yeah, I use my body weight, like burpees and just, just like wall squats and whatnot. But now basketball season's coming up, and that's like 2 weeks away. Do not want to get injured. I do not want to get hurt. I need to make sure I take care of myself, because even like that window, I'm seeing that window like go down. So I'm like, while I'm there, I want to be effective and I want to be useful. I started coaching because in my rec leagues, because I got tired of people coaching me and not using me to my full potential. So I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it my way. If we're going to lose my way. And all I did was because when we do a draft in the league, you're going to lose talent, right? I mean, talent's going to go up right away. So they're going to lose it off the board. You're going to get all the top 8 people. There's 4 teams. The top 8 people are gone. So now you got to learn to make your team with a bunch of mids and a bunch of lower people. Like, I don't want to say, because it's like higher, low, whatever. But let's say a bunch of mids. So you get the good mids. But the thing that really makes your team is those last picks. Those are going to be the players that are going to help you get through. Now, they might not be the most skilled, but I will say this: as long as you have a good attitude and you're able to listen, you don't talk back. Oh, we can get far. We can do a lot of things. I'm willing to listen to you. You're willing to listen to me. We can go. I'm just the thing is, it's like I'm still able to play. So if you call me out, I'll go at you. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a coach that just sits there and just, oh, I used to do this. No, I'm like, I'll give you hell. You have to guard me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna make you hug up that 3, or we're gonna be down in the paint. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you learn things about yourself. And I'm like, last year we went 7-1, and the year before we went 6-2. We went on a 6-game winning streak to win it all. So, like, even the game we lost last year was a buzzer. We lost on a buzzer beater. Like, it's insane. But that being said, is like, those are things I enjoy doing. This is what I'm really capable of doing. So coaching. Now that I've been coached and I'm older, I realize, hey, I can coach. I can try this thing. I can do this. Yeah, it's at the small level, but it's showing me things. It's showing me what I can do. It's showing me how to do it. So to be a college coach, I don't think so. To be a professional coach, I don't think so. It's just something for me to do while I enjoy coaching. Also brings me to, eventually I'll be able to do my image consultant. I want to do that. want to help people if they have questions about fixing their image, or because like it's a thing nowadays. It's I thought about it as a kid. I always enjoyed it. That men's health in me, that I reading Men's Health as a kid. But now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I can do something. I have changed my life. I do one. I have done a 180, and maybe I did a 360 or 420. You know, but we keep going. We keep going forward, and that's it. I mean, oh, here it is. I have it right here. There we go. My Manic Mondays, where movies and mental health meet. Then the whole thing was, the show was, I actually made my Manic Movies first. This place was just, I was just like, I just want to have fun. That's why it's called Mr. Green's Video Store, because I first invented Mr. Green's Video Store, and then I just started. This was before pandemic. This is while I was going to college. I was like, it'd be cool to own a video store, and then I was taking business classes, so I just started putting my little video store to use. I physically had a place for a minute, but it got too expensive, and you can't harvest stock on ground that won't let you till, on soil that won't let you till. Meaning that if you won't even let me plant my seed to see if it'll grow, I won't have no chance. So I have to go where I can. So this idea could have totally lived, and this place could have been awesome, would have been rocked. But one, my business plan wasn't what it was, and it was pretty much non-existent, just figuring it out, which don't recommend. Make sure but you have to go through it, if you have a business idea and you don't have a business plan, just figure it out. And then you figure out, I need a business plan, or at least something to keep me on guess. But when I found out, like, I just started going, figuring out the locals weren't accepting to it. So whatever, now I'm here and I'm finding out here. It's just this, like, everything they tell you want to do, and you get there, then there's a denial. So you got to learn how to go through it, go around it. It's always someone telling you no, for I don't have no idea for what reasons. I'm not like, oh yes, CJ will take. Well, no, within theory, like, you can't just come to my house or whatever like that, and I can't just go to your workplace. You can work. No, I'm talking about, like, there's a certain credentials that or time you've put into it. Be like, I didn't even, like, this is the thing that's bothering me, and this is why I've been slowly, I have to write. I still have to write a sketch for tonight, but I have a lot of anger in me right now, and it's starting to come out when I write. So I was like, oh, this is where I've done. I'm a writer. This is, I'm funneling that energy, that depression. This is, and it's like this whole. I'm probably gonna talk about it here real quick, because I have a feeling. I feel like this is not saying. I'm not saying this is the thing, and I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do this. I'm saying, so the week before, I just gonna throw this out there, because it makes too much. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, and I'm just like, why do I don't even know this word. I just know I can take two words and put them together, and I can make a definition. So I kind of thought about that, and I was like, okay, a lot of, like, if you go directly to the person that's hiring, you tell them, I'm here to work and hire, you would think they'd give you a chance, that person went all the way there indirectly. Like, if somebody were to show me, like, hey, I'm a graphic designer, I see your show, I know you don't have any money, but I can help you out here and here and here and there. Great. I give you deadlines, I give you ideas, you give me back something. That's the way I work. That's why I see, I can't pay you, it's like, I don't have any money, but if we know that, but it's also like, I know that person directly. But if somebody was on my show, I'd be like, hey, hire me. I'm like, what do you do? Oh, I don't know, what do you have? It doesn't work like that, I did on LinkedIn. I did apply for a month ago, actually, like, for this. A month ago, this is what actually got me more like, oh, I need to get ready. A joke happened. There was a job I applied for on Indeed, because Indeed has a lot of scams. So there's a lot of scams on Indeed, so be careful. So I applied, and that's why also that I get really, like, you want me to apply for a job where you could already pre-screen me, and then top it off, there's a chance I'm gonna lose my identity, and like, it gets very crazy, right? So they pre-screen you on certain jobs. So I'm like, well, if you already know that you can do the job, and like, at least interview me. I didn't even get an interview. I went somewhere else later, bro. It's like, I get that there's a fraternity mindset at certain businesses, and this one might be it. But let's dig into a little bit, because I think this might actually just be like a work show, if I can grow this into a work show. But I do have a thing, and it's just bothering me, and I'm probably gonna lose JR after this, because he's from South Carolina. But I'm just gonna say that this is what I'm seeing and I'm feeling, and it's a feeling, because I'm like, why is it all adding up in my head? When I start looking around, I'm a writer, I'm a filmmaker, I'm observant. There's a word I kind of, like I said, I was like, why do I feel like I'm a diversity hire? So let's look into it. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just being idiot. Diversity hiring is a recruitment policy that involves hiring candidates based on a merit and with a focus on reducing bias. The goal is to recruit people from a wide range of backgrounds, including different races, genders, religions, and other demographic groups. Diversity hiring also aims to discard unconscious bias and ensure that candidates are judged solely on their abilities to do the job. I get that. I totally do. But when I look at the hiring photos or my managers or people above like positions where I can be doing, not a lot of versions of CJ. Zero. So I'm like, well, how does CJ get in there? Well, I got to be like them, and I'm not that. So I'm just saying that. So now it's like when you start working your video store, how are you going to do this? And the reason it got me to think like this was the other day when we did the podcast. No, was it 2 days ago? Was it? Yeah, it was like 2 podcasts ago. With one of our filmmakers, they said I had the same issue I had, not being able to get cast in certain things, certain movies, and you're like, okay, whatever, maybe I just wasn't good enough. But then they started making movies, and I asked them about their experience. Now they get to do the casting. Now they're the one in charge for their projects. How did they do it? And it was I mean, we can go back and listen. But for the most part, what I gathered was that they were like, what they say, like, oh yeah, no, it's availability was kind of the thing. Like, if talent at certain points doesn't matter if you just need to get it done. And that's what I kind of gathered on those things. But they've been able to have that power to be like, oh yeah, no, like I wrote this for you. Oh, that's why I started telling. I told them, yeah, I wrote a specific role for specific somebody, and I go straight for them. But if that person can't do it, I at least have the prototype of like what I need, so somebody else can fill in. So if I need day of and somebody can fill in and they're not what I initially thought of, give them the part. I need the part filled, because it's all temporary too. This isn't going to be like I mean the movie's forever, or as long as they can live. But the position's only temporary. I don't know. I just because it does certain. I'm educated. Usually, people in my position, not to say that they're educated, because there are people that have degrees, but I use mine. I don't just say I got a degree to get a degree. I specifically picked what I picked because I knew I had to do it. There was a lot of maturity in what I needed to do. So, but just thinking like that. Okay, so if I'm qualified for the job, but there's some personality, maybe, but I know who works there. I know other people, and it can't be personality. So instead of me using this energy and focusing on something angry and getting mad because I've seen someone in my family that's older than me go through something similar, and I'm not gonna sit aside and cry and pretend. And so I'm just saying that this is where my mind is going. So if I'm writing something like this is where it's at. I'm also finding out, like I said, this show, a lot of content I share here on this show should be more generic, and I'm kind of going a little too deep. But hey, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to sit here and complain and go cry or whatever. So that's what the whole thing is. And so the thing is, we're going to do something about it. So when I write, because I'm going to go to work, and when I'm done with the show, and then I'm going to be done. And then I have a rendezvous point to meet with another person in my position, female. And this is like moving heavy stuff. Not to say she can't do it. It's just like I'm saying, no, I'm done. Like, I'll draw this. I'll write this. Like, that's what I'm saying. Don't cry. You can cry all you want. You're not gonna get anywhere. But I could make fun of this shit. I want to have fun with it. But as you see, also, Jared, you're building my confidence too, because I know you're here. So I gotta work. I gotta work at this. And Kevin catches up later. So I'm working on this for you guys. I got this thing going. We got it. We got a target. We know where we're going. We just got to wait every day till we get there. In the time between that, we're getting things done. Like, my warehouse has the abilities to make T-shirts so we can sell for the store that I can make. Problem is, the warehouse is full of junk, storage, toys, memorabilia, whatever we had in the studio space before we turned it into my son's room. We just got that and moved it into the garage, and we just threw it in there. So it's been like that for a year already. Want to get it done, and gonna work on that. But the reason I'm saying that is that's something to lead up to the store, so we can have the warehouse up and running. We can't do it. This show, I asked them to do the show. I wanted to do it Cinco de Mayo and get it out the way, but they already had their booked, and I just kind of was like, But now they gave me this weekend, and it's Austin Sketch Fest. So I'm going up against Sketch Fest, which is going to be really hard. Diversity. You're thinking you might be at your job, or you're disappointed with it? You're thinking you might be at your job. Well, the thing is, they tell you at my job, you're only supposed to do it for like, what do you call it? you're only supposed to do it for 9 months and you move up to a sales position. But I've been there 2.5 years. I will say I didn't apply for the sales because I was trying to do other things, trying to figure out, get the business going, get a business, get my brands going. And it was hard with the family. I will say my research and what I've experienced so far as being a parent of a 6-year-old, basically called like a 7-year-old, because that they don't talk about that 9 month, um, pregnancy. They don't talk about that. That's a year. You know what I mean? So it's like 7 for, so what my experience is, I always thought like, you got to be with your kid till they're like 10, 11, 12, because then that before 13, that's when they really start getting their influence from their friends or whatever. That's when they really start learning shit. Well, my brother that's 18 years younger than me and my sisters that are 21 and 30 years younger than me, I see them growing up, and I got to get a little hand of like, oh, what a parent my age, that's a parent with children that age, but they're my brothers and sisters, so it's easier for me to just interact with them. But I see how fast they grow and I see how things move. I was like, okay, I know when my kid is here, I gotta stay here. It's gonna go so fast. Even like yesterday, we graduated from kindergarten, and it's like, oh man, we did it. And I'm happy, like I said, I'm happy I have this. I'm happy I did this. Because if I didn't have this set up, if I didn't have this, if I didn't have you, JR, if I didn't have anybody to talk to, I'd be like, what do I do? Please hire me. I can do this. Look at my jobs. Who do I need to meet? Hi, this is my face. Look at me. Look at me. Like that. They're really upset with a few of us down at the bottom because we won't put I got a few rusty Shacklefords working with me. I love these guys. Conspiracy guys. King of the Hill. What do you call it? And they won't put their profile pic, and I haven't done it yet. And I'll tell you why I haven't done it. One, I don't want to take a selfie. I'm not ready for it. But two, I'm gonna do it today just to play the game. But a lot of places, they don't want to get to know you. So what they'll do is, instead of getting to know you and shaking your hand and learning your name and your face, they'll look at your profile picture, your profile, and be like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Arlos." Arlos, that's not my name. Oh, it says, "Oh, I didn't see the C. Sorry." You have those interactions, and then you start seeing that they're all like that. They just want to be like, I get that conspiracy, whatever, but that's why I'm kind of waiting. But it's funny though, like certain things like that, like corporate, where they don't really you think that might be your job or disappointed with it. I'm not disappointed. The thing is, it just looks very obvious. It's like we only hire I'm not even gonna go with Cobra Commander. Let's just say GI Joe. It's like you only hire you're either GI Joe or you're a Cobra Commander. And I'm like, well, I'm a neutral. I'm here for the work. I'm a skilled assassin. Best bit gets me. They don't want people like that. They make you want to pick a side. um so what do you call it? That being said, I just create my own team, and that's what we're doing here. So we know we have a target. I knew that when I projected that when I thought my son was gonna like need me be there, but now the internet, teams, I'll be in a very progressive city. He's learning so much things fast. Like, he's not to say he's independent, but he likes his independence. He likes to be alone. So he still likes being with me. Like, yes, I have a arcade game of Mortal Kombat, and he's playing it on his own, learning how to play the analog version. He's like playing it, and I played it yesterday, and it did not, like, I've been playing it to get better, just so I can show him. He's like, my dad's a Mortal Kombat master. He like loves talking about Mortal Kombat, and I'm like, oh, he sees me as a Mortal Kombat master. I know how to use everybody, but I don't know how to use everybody. I'm not even good at Mortal Kombat 3. I got 4 solid players, and the other ones I just know moves, don't really know combos. And then that was like 2 weeks ago, and I've been learning Mortal Kombat 3 little by little, just for him and I just playing. And then yesterday, he's with his grandparents right now. So yesterday, I was playing the game, and I was like, he's not even here, so it's not even fun. But I would still play it, still put the time in, because even if nobody was here and Jared wasn't here, I would still put this in here because it's by myself. I'm just what I do. But it's fun when you have somebody that's going along the journey with you. So that's why I say we're Lord of the Rings, we're Frodoing, Frodo this, we're Dungeons and Dragons. We're going on a quest. We've been on a quest, and the ship has sailed, but I'm still here, right? Because I'm in the space station. I need to give people directions where to go, and then we're going to take them to the video store. I did last night. Holy crap. Sorry about that. I'm here. Oh, sorry about that. I spilled. I was thirsty, and the tea's all cold, so I was like, ugh. I spilled on my laptop. Anyways, that was dumb. So I did do something last night for the video store for us. Moving forward, I am. If you know me, you know I'm obsessed with Kevin Smith movies, New Jersey, all of that stuff. The View Askew is what I'm leading to. The View Askew is a fictional town, city, place that Kevin Smith created, where all his videos, where all his movies kind of interact. Where something happens in one movie, they'll talk about it in another movie, kind of like the MCU kind of thing. But like he said, he did. They said that MCU took piggybacked off Kevin Smith, but Kevin Smith said I took it from the comics, so it's all the same, right? So I want to create my own place, but I need a place to go. So my Manic Movies is going to live inside my version of the View Skew, but I don't know what the name is. But we'll find it. But I know there's locations. So I know that we're gonna do the video store. So we need some research. I gotta look for it. I haven't looked for it yet. I have an interview where I interviewed one of my friend's mothers because she was the manager at the local Blockbuster at my hometown growing up. So I do have an interview. I do not remember how it went. I'm thinking I'm just gonna do a quick edit, and I'll have to ask her for permission if I could throw it out. If not, I'll just put a picture of her or an image, and then what do you call it? We'll see what kind of meat we get from there, right? But that's one interview. But the other thing, I want to know how the daily process works. I actually I met a new buddy at Texas Frightmare this past weekend while I was waiting for the Lynn Shay autograph, which she was so lovely. If you got a chance to meet her, meet her. But I met Brian, and he worked at Hollywood Video, and he told me his experience. So I actually have a recording of that. So I'm doing my research, trying to figure out how we're going to build our video store. The people's video store. It belongs to CJ Robles, but you all are welcome. And what do you call it? I was like, well, View Askew. There's a guy on here that calls himself the View Askew historian. I reached out to him one time, and I didn't finish doing what I said I was gonna do because he's in Clerks 3, and he has I guess he's in some of the movies, so you can he has a glossies like 8x10 signature photos. I reached out to him to do it, but he has like a different method where I was like, oh, I gotta do 4 steps. So I was like, I'll get to it later, and I never got back to it. But I'll make up for it this time. What I did was I went to Cameo, and he's on it, and I want to make sure I say his name right. Vincent Pereira. It's Italian. I'm trying to say the Spanish because the Spanish would be Pereira, but in Italian I think it's be something different. But Vince Pereira. He's the View Askew historian. So I asked him some questions yesterday, and I was like, well, maybe I might ask him too much because he's only charges like $10, which is great. But I just asked him, hey Vince, I'm a huge Kevin's fan. Actually, I switched it, but I'm just curious about the View Askew that I had to go to the source. I love that it really exists. How did you become the View Askew historian? When did y'all or Kevin know that View Askew needed a historian or documenting is something you enjoy doing? How long did it take to you write a Better Place, a movie he made? And then here we go. RST Video, can you please tell me something cool about that place? Which is your favorite movie set and any funny set stories while filming? It's a lot of questions for what I'm gonna pay. So you can tip there. We'll throw a little bit more on the top. But the reason I ask these questions is because I want to get some real life stories, some real life like material. I can fictionally pretend to write a story. I can fictionally pretend, but I don't really like doing all that stuff because I don't know how it goes. I don't want to make assumptions, and people get freaked out or get upset. So I'll just go what I know, right? You write what you know. So I asked them, I was like, hey, ask those questions. We'll get a response, and we'll be able to share it here. When I come back and share it here, we'll see what it does. But what we're doing is now we're getting information for what we're going to do. We're doing R&D, research and development. We're developing a product. We need to know what it is. We need to know where it comes from. It's an experience, so it's only going to be capable as good as it when people get to it. But I got to ride or die. Like Jared, you're making me show up. You know, you're making me show up, and that's good because I already want to show up. So the rule of comedy, and I've learned this from the straight up stand up comedians that are die-hard comedians. They're gonna be a comedian no matter how rich or broke they are, how happy or sad they are. They're gonna do it. So that's kind of where I'm fall under. But they always say, if sorry, if one person shows up, you got to put on a show. You got because you can do a set open mic, even a show where nobody even goes, and you have 2 people, 3 people, 0 people. It feels really weird when you have 0 people. So what they'll do majority of the time, and I'll do this if we don't get any. I have at least 10 people showing up tonight, minimum. But if you let people, I mean, if nobody shows up, then the comedians will fill in, and you just kind of feel like you're doing an open mic and you work the set, you know. But if you got one person, you got one person. That's all it takes. You know, they always say the person that does their own path doesn't mean to start the mob or start the trend. It's the second person. I shared YouTube link. YouTube deleted it. I'm catching that. I'm noticing that too. So I'm learning. See what I'm saying? Gatekeeping. Gotta watch what you say. I'm pretty clean, and I'm pretty. I'll get real. I think that's the thing that I have an issue with, because I play in make believe a lot, and I mean I'm always in make believe, but there are real things that you have to do, and a lot of make believe takes a lot of real time, and a lot of people will. I mean, that's why there's a lot of reasons why I didn't get back on a network, and why I'm like, if I make a video, I needed to go out, and you say no, I'm not gonna. I don't need anybody above me telling me no. Yeah, but YouTube does do that. I had a Aaron Cheatham on my show, and he's a very open comic. He talks about anything, and we got in trouble. I was learning from him, and we didn't get in trouble, but I got a ding because it made me take it down. Like, I had to take it down. They said we're not gonna air this on there, and I was like, who are you? Like, who is this committee? Who are you to tell me that I can't say or not say what I want? You're already taking my time. That's what you need. You don't need money. You need my time. So I'm giving you time to get, like, this is where it starts getting very. Freddie got fingered. English Bobby scene makes me think about the whole show right now. Dude, I haven't. Wait. What scene? You should react to it. All right, let's see. I can't. I'll do that. Okay, wait. I've seen Freddie Got Fingered. It's been forever, and I'm a huge Tom Green fan. I got it. My lady got me into Big Brother, and this is where I'm also learning about a lot of stuff and learning about more people. But my lady got me into Big Brother, and what do you call it? He was on the celebrity one, and I was like, babe, he's gonna get. And then he was the crowd. The comics usually the crowd favorite. So the Instagram post I did for the flyer, that's the one I want to. We'll talk at the end of the show, so we can talk about how what do you call it? How it's working. Oh, and Freddie Rodriguez was supposed to be at Texas Frightmare, and he canceled. I was looking really forward to seeing him. I was like, look, supporting my Latino community. See, here we go. We're gonna talk about. See, this is what I like. I like movies. I like things. I mean, it's also like, maybe I'm not. Don't get. Yeah, I know. So we're gonna do this. We're not gonna show it. I'm not gonna let y'all see it, but we learned. Remember last time the X-Men '97. So you can't stream a video with no audio, and you can't stream audio of Disney. They'll get on you. But it was crazy because when I did a live streaming of X-Men '97, and I had up to 16 people in there, and I never went under 11. So people were watching my reaction video, which is pretty cool, which I would like to do again. But I'm learning next time I do this, I have to do it completely silent, and I'll do it again. I like that. I like that reaction. I like that when I did that. I like that. I really did. So I'm like, that's still good. A good thing for me to be like, okay, I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to focus on this real hard. Okay, so we're going to talk about, just in case everybody knows what topic we're talking about right now. So he said, he still got 15 minutes. It's a long day for me too. Today's my they're gonna not help me out day. I get no this is the day where I get no assistance from anybody. So actually I have to go help somebody out, which is great. I don't mind helping her out because she'll help me out if I need. But I won't. I'll do it myself. But today's a Friday. I'm just by myself, so I should have help, but I'm not. So or minimum, get minimum help. So I have to grind it, get it over with, and tomorrow I'll be up at 5 to get to the work and do it again, and then I'll have a little break. and that little break doing this. But just trying to say that that's how my day goes. So I'm learning how to carve it out. But Freddie Got Fingered. And it's well, this is underrated, underrated comedy. Tom Green, Tom Green went to Stanford, so he's like, the guy's no dope. An unemployed cartoonist moves back in with his parents and younger brother Freddie. When his parents demand he leave, he begins to spread rumors that his father is sexually abusing Freddie. Oh man, I was too young to really get it because I got all the humor. I need to go back and watch this movie. He's like, yo, you work at your bank job, huh? Huh? You work at your bank job. Huh? Oh, you got your big bank job. I think that's where I get a lot of this. Oh, yo, Josh, when I did that the other day. When the Target guy, the manager tried to talk to me like I was one of the employees, I said, you can't talk to me like that. And he was like, well, what? I go, dude, you work for Target. Like, I didn't really mean to be like that, but I was like, hey man, well, I didn't really say that either. I said something, but in my head, I didn't say that. In my head, I was like, dude, you work for Target. But I have said that to somebody else, but that was like more of a friend of mine when they were trying to joke around. And I said, dude, you work for Target. I'm not gonna listen to you. Not to put those people down, but see, I can't. It's corporate versus corporate. You got to watch how you talk about corporate companies. YouTube's a corporate company. They make these positions so they can hide behind them. So they don't have to actually see you face to face. That's why people age really bad and look like crap because they're hiding. When you're exposed, I feel like you look a little bit better, but that's a CJ theory. Freddie Got Fingered. Bob scene. Wait, is it what do you say it was? Freddie Got Fingered. English Bobby scene. All right. Oh, is that when he's playing the pianos? Hold on. Let's see. Oh my god, I totally forgot. Dude, he's right. He is a cartoonist. The one thing I've always wanted to be, but I just became an animator. I need to keep going. All right, I'm gonna react to this. So we're gonna do a reaction video to Freddy Got Fingered, suggested by my boy JR. We're gonna go here, and I'm gonna watch this, and we're gonna react to this. Gordy's plot makes no sense. All right, real quick. I just got it. The English Bobby. That's what it was. It's the actually outfit is what you're talking about. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was what it's called. There he is. All right, check this out. All right, cool. A vigilante, a vigilante. It doesn't make any sense. This is his interview. This is his interview. This is his shot. Fucking Tom Green, dude. This is insane, dude. This is funny, dude. I don't think they're gonna. I'm screenshotting something. Get inside the animals. That's funny. That's like hilarious. And he actually physically gets inside the animals. Dude, that is funny. I like didn't forget about that scene. I just forgot that he. Okay, so this show is definitely that. We could call this show English Bobby. My brother's name is Bobby, so it'd be kind of funny. Um, watch. Wow, that was cool. Like, thanks, Jared. That does because it does like he kind of sucks like at the telling a story, but he's a good illustrator. I'm the opposite, right? I'm a not too good illustrator, but I'm good at telling a story. This is another reason why I want the video store to exist because you don't have to go through what I went through, and you don't have to learn all this. You can stay as an artist, and you can just bring your stuff to the video store, and you can talk about it. You can have a good. We can talk about your movie, or talk about your content. Let's see where I got a lot of motivational stuff here. I don't want to throw away, but I gotta start moving stuff. Stuff needs to go. Stuff needs to go because we got the new, we got the old. We got to keep going. Like I said, my original. So t-shirts will be going out. Not that's my original logo. This is the logo. This is the one I rented. I ended up with. So if you can see what this is, see how it's kind of a mix of things. I don't know if you can tell what they are, but I think there's 6 things in there. So hold on. Those are the English Bobby scene we are just talking about on Freddy Got Fingered. Let me delete one thing. Let me add another thing. Here we go. Well, we got 9 minutes. All right, that was what he's talking about. So Freddie pulls up to this. Was it like a producer, which is played by Michael Anthony Hall, and Freddie is played by Tom Green on the left, and he I guess tricks people, or he bum rushes him at a restaurant that he's at. He's enjoying himself, and he even goes to the extreme of telling him like he really wants a job that bad, and he goes to the extreme where he even like pretends to put a gun in his mouth to get the job. But then he goes this far where the producer actually explains to him why he's not working. So he has to go and figure it out, and he goes through this little journey. But man, this I would like to rewatch this movie because I feel like it's the grotesque humor overshadows the actual story, but it's funny. That's Freddy Got Fingers. Hey, we'll put it on the video stores what to watch, and we can see. I mean, it's just a silly movie, but what movie doesn't? I'll show you what movie doesn't. You can't find anywhere. I'll show you. I own it, and I bought it at a very very affordable price at the time, and I had to get in a double feature because it was just really hard to get. I grew up on this movie. I saw this movie. I want to say maybe this is one of those movies where why I went to college, and I even have a bunch of like college movies that I enjoy, but maybe this is why I have so much college, and I'm still waiting for that I'm not waiting, but I like college. At the time we're like learning. I don't like college, I like learning. Let me educate that. Which college is free, but I like learning, so I do have a lot of college in me. So we'll see. My little man. All right, get rid of that foot. All right, here we go. All right, could have just deleted that. Stupid man. So this movie you cannot find at all, but we'll get to that one soon. But like Freddy Got Fingered, I think it'd be a good one to have for the show, for the video store. But another movie you can't find anywhere. Look, we'll look it up right now. It's PCU. Can't find that movie anywhere. Streaming. Never streams. You can buy it on Amazon. Let's see right now what it's going for on Amazon. $40, $40. Yeah, I got it with the double feature with Airheads, and just it's $40 to own a movie. That it's just a movie. High school senior visits college for the weekend and stays at the wildest house on campus. That's it. That's the movie. And that movie gets in. And so, maybe movies like that we could make sure that they stay around. Or, we can talk about them. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's not a good movie or a bad movie. It just it exists. You can't deny it. You can't deny me. I'm not gonna let you deny me. So this is extremes. I'm going instead of doing that Bobby English thing and going extreme with the gun. This is what I'm using instead. But yeah, we got a show tomorrow. We got a show Sunday. We'll see. I'll have all my equipment on Sunday, so maybe we'll have a different location. I don't know. The thing is, I've learned to stream basically in a bubble. Right now, I need Wi-Fi, But if I had if I didn't have Wi-Fi, I'd be podcasting. So teaching myself different things. But the next week, I also wanted to do little resume videos where I show you what I can do, like what I've done, or not what I've done, what I can do right now. Because what I've done, I've already have. I still got to write a sketch for tonight. I still need 1 3-minute sketch. I mean, I write fast. Is it good? I don't know. There's a setup for my show. That's literally the text sheet that I gave to Nick, so we can go through it tonight. I have 2 funny comedians. I'm happy they're doing it. I'm happy. Sam Lopez and JP Lambiase, and they're going to be there. So that's Best Sam Lopez and at JP Laughs. So they're going to be part of the show. And I also have, I'm calling them right now Los Fanáticos, but that name could change. If there's more females, it's going to be Las Fanáticas. If there's more females than males, it'll be Las Fanáticas. If it's balanced, we're just going to call them Fanatics. It blends, it blends. But during the show tonight, Electrónico Fantástico, Spanglish in Vivo, Friday, May 24th, 2024, 8 p.m. at Fallout Theater. Tickets at falloutcomedy.com or at Fallout Comedy ATX. Comedians performing are Sam Lopez, Best Sam Lopez, and JP Lambiase at JP Laughs. Sketch, stand-up, improv comedy. So a lot of this stuff comes out when you start writing. A lot of this, if you have love, you'll write more love. If you have hate, you have more hate. Same thing with cooking. I learned this from my chef. She always told me that if you're a passionate cooker and you cook and you start putting if you're angry, your food could come out spicier. If you're happy, it could come out more savory, sweeter. So it just depends on mood you're in. And me cooking a lot of my meals and learning from a chef and from cooks and everything, I want to say they're right. But I did notice something. My aunt called me out one time. Are they gonna let you stream it or nah? I asked, but they didn't get back to me because we're focusing on the snow cone. But I'll get an answer to you. You'll know. If we do, I'll do something. I'll do the post because I'll be at the theater early. So if we do, I'll put a post early. But I don't want to push it too far because the idea for the snow cone didn't take a minute. We got through it real fast. But I don't want to push too far. This is my home. Don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to take more or do way more than I can. But also I am the video guy there at work. So if anything were to do streaming, it'd be me. So I'll find out for you, Jer. Probably say yes. They don't even care what I do. Not to say I don't care, but they don't really care. I just don't know about the other ones. Because I don't know. I'll stream it on YouTube, and I'm not going to be in charge of the live stream because I'll actually be hosting, and I'm not going to. If it gets cut off, then it gets cut off. Will work because I need. No, man, I don't know. Because also with the technology that I'm using. There's a way. No, I have a way. If they say I'll take my iPad. If they say yes, I'll post it up and I'll put it on the iPad, and that way we'll just go from there. Yeah, I'll see. I'll give you an answer though, and then you'll see if I post by like 5 my time or 6. So it shows. I don't want people to be like, oh, he's live streaming now. I want at least 2 or 3 hour advance. But I'll ask right now. I got 2 more minutes before the show's over. Yeah. So. The goals were today. I think basically I was just kind of promoting, talking about. Let's see, talking about the space. Yeah, Electrónico Fantástico, the podcast. We're still doing podcasts. We're moving forward, man. It's this last podcast, man. Like they're connecting some kind of dots in my head, and this last one is more like, oh shit, whoa. And by the way, I didn't know that the upright was going to be this low with the camera, so I hope you like the angle. But I was just noticing that it's making sense. Things are connecting, and regardless whether I think about it or not, whether it is or what it isn't, I can create what I want. I can say what I want. If people don't like it, they don't like it. If people like it, they like it. But you got to give people the opportunity to talk. Now, even for someone like myself that is clean, that is very clean, I've been through a rough past, so I do have a PTSD. So by you like denying me a lot of this stuff, like I have to keep changing, like. When are you going to change? When are you going to help me out? When are you going to do this? And I'm not talking to viewers specifically. I'm talking about, what I'm talking about. Thing I can't talk about. But like, that's how it is. But we're not going to cry about it. We're going to move on. I mean, I even liked that yesterday. I was able to get this show, everything ready for today, except the video. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was my last step. But I had everything good, but it's getting better. So we have till next Wednesday till we do this for a month. And once we hit that month, I mean, we've been grinding out. Jerry, you've been with me since like day 3 or 4. You've been here pretty solid. You know, I even had Pac show up, but he hasn't returned. But you know, it's pretty cool. He's more of a night guy. But no, see what we can see what we get to. We'll see what we got. So we'll be doing 30 days basically of planting. So now we're looking forward to, let's see, 45 days. Once we hit that mark, where are we going? And then for 45 days it goes to 60. See what I'm saying? So we can I was projecting this for August, September. I have to keep doing this till then. I'm not saying that I want to do my current. I have been talking a lot of crap, but what I'm trying to say is it's just frustration, you know. And this is the calmest I can do it. I could get real calm, but I don't want to be extreme in writing and everything because it comes from somewhere, you know. But I don't want that. I'm finding that out. I'm finding that out about myself too. Hosting all those years of me getting started, they look pretty rough, pretty thing. But I'm like, it is what it is, man. And if you think you're more superior, you're more powerful, you're better right than me or whatever, then fine. But if I challenge you or you challenge me and you don't show up or you need to quit, I'm just gonna say, you know, it is what it is. But thank you for hanging out with me today. We are streaming for we'll see how long it takes. But right now we're focusing on 30 days. So we're doing what do you call it? We got 30 days. So sorry, I sent out some messages yesterday for some friends and be like, just show up to the show. I'll get you for free. Have fun. You know, but they got kids too, so I don't want to push it on them, but they're finding ways to get to the theater. That's a friend of mine that I grew up with that always wants to, that's always supporting, but they have like so many kids. They they get two watch, but the other two, it's like, and then I don't know. I'm like, my show's not really kid appropriate and it's late. So, you know, and they're trying to figure out. So he just messaged me. He's like, oh, I'm going to try to make it. I was like, you can't. I don't want to force you, but I like that a lot of the ideas that I like sharing with him, he cracks up about. That's all it is, you know. If I go to my show tonight and I gotta really, because yesterday I was working on that, getting. I got a host. It is what it is. I didn't plan on being a host. I want my ideas to get out. This is what I gotta do. I can't ask somebody to host my show with my ideas that are in my head. I have to do it myself. Thank you, brother. Oh, the doves. I love it. We'll do the Mars attack. Knock, knock, knock. What do you call it? Yeah, no, we're gonna have a good show tonight. It's improv, it's stand-up comedy, it's sketch. I think so. I'm supposed to do 2 videos. I did say I was gonna do 2 fresh ones, but I'm gonna do 1 fresh one, and I'm gonna show an old video that I made. After Sam's performance, I'll show a I don't know. I got a lot of short movies I can show. So I want to show somebody what I've done before, and then where I'm at, so I can show growth. So I can show for myself. I can see where I've grown. But a lot of people aren't going to get you when you start doing certain things. And a lot of people think you might be egotistic and prideful and stuff. But what do you want me to do? Sit down and just keep applying and waiting and let time pass me by? Or am I going to do something about it? And I've always done something about it. Now I'm literally just putting on the internet, and it's changing things. Things get different. But yeah, man, like there's a lot of thanks for letting me know about the link, because it really does annoy me that they go through this. You can literally say something with somebody on the other side, and it's even funny because I've seen those gatekeepers. I know who some of them are. I know how they look. I know what they think. I know, and they're all different. They're not all young. They're not all old. They're not all big. They're not all small. They're different. They're in here, and it's in here what they have. And I think what happens is you need to disconnect these. You need to have your mind run its mind and your heart run its heart. You can't combine them, because then what happens is your emotion will tell your mind what to do, and then your mind will make something up and make your heart do the thing. So you have to separate them, and it's hard. It's hard. But I'll say that you got to grow callous. You got to have thick skin. You got to get information. And sometimes people will give you this blob of grossness, but it's to be disguised in something inside. There's quality inside of it, so you have to spend time with it. I'm not giving you the ball of grossness, and I'm still getting in trouble. So have at it, you know? All right, everybody. I'm going to take off. I'm going to get ready to go to work. It's going to be fast. It's going to be this, work, get the equipment I need, the supply I need, theater, show, sleep, wake up in 4 hours, work, rest, theater again, wake up, relax, do a podcast in the morning with Ben, and then we're gonna try to do side by side Sunday. We're gonna try to bring it up. So I have to watch Barbie and I gotta rewatch Oppenheimer again because I need to make sure I memorize it. When we learned about it, it was a month ago since I've seen it, and then all my notes are all everywhere now. Where they were, I picked them up. Where they at? But what I'm saying is, and then it's do the podcast with Ty. So it's not like I'm not doing things. It's for me to show you what I'm doing. It'd be exhausting. If I had somebody that would like tag me or want to follow me around all day and record me, it'd be exhausting for them. So we're just doing what we can with little as we can. But I like that Freddy Got Fingered. I really want to watch that. Let me hold on real quick before we go. Let's see where they're streaming it. Let's see where they're streaming Freddy Got Fingered. Because PCO, you ain't gonna find it. Oh, Mr. Saturday Night. I purchased that one. 2001. Freddy Got Fingered, 2001, rated R, 1 hour, 27 minutes. Comedy. That's all it says. No, you can only buy it. Let's go. Maybe we could find it at the Half Price Books, but this would be a great one to watch. So the thing is, when I can't stream it, look, here it is again. There's always a double feature, Freddy Got Fingered and Airheads. It's crazy. And on the other one with PCU, Airheads is not even a bad movie. Like, it's not even, I guess it's your, oh no, sorry. You pick PCU. There it is again. This is the one I own. PCU and Airheads, which Airheads is a great movie. So why are they connecting those together? Anyways, maybe with the same production company, we'll find out. But I would like to talk about Freddy Got Fingered, but I would have liked for us to all be able to watch it and talk about it. But now it's like, oh, we only have it only for those who have it on DVD, which physical media needs to stay around. But all right, I gotta go. It's already getting late. We'll see y'all tomorrow, and if I can, hopefully I'll let you know. If I don't get back to you or you don't see anything on live stream, it's a no, because I have to focus on other things. The live stream is another part I'd have to focus on. So I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna ask if I can just set up my iPad, hit live stream, and that's it. And if they say no, or they say who's gonna run it, if it gets too complicated, I'm gonna shut it down. But I'll be able to record it anyways. And I'll come back and show it. I just need to kind of clean up. I got to clean up the other episode, just like where it's not so there's drag out parts. I'd rather have it more like, could probably shave off like 8 or 9 minutes, Or well, the first one maybe more, but we'll see.